Hi everybody, welcome to the You May Be Right Mastermind Group. I know you guys have been watching and we've been doing a little accountability at the end of each section, so I actually made a little accountability board for you guys. So right here, this is what I hope you guys are down to do. Of course this is kind of shilling, but like and subscribe, help us. Every like that you guys get really helps all of us. Shane, our new audience member, has a blog spot that's dope. It's called Qualms with Complacency, so please check that out, support him. He's fucking a beautiful photographer and a wonderful writer, so really check his page out and give him some support. But the most important thing, right here at the bottom, I hope you guys can participate in the comment section. If you hear something or somebody's struggling with something that you have experience in, please share that with us. Like, we're all growing with you guys, and we want to build a community that can participate and give us advice and take the advice that we give one another. And I just want you guys to feel like it's okay to be a part of that. Anyways, we got a little bit of a checkup with Michael Lavoie and me today, and then we got our new buddy Shane on the podcast, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. So thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to the You May Be Right Mastermind Group. Today we are joined by Michael Lavoie. We had him on the first episode.
What's up?
And my good buddy, Shane Ledbetter.
How's it going?
Welcome to the podcast, man. So we're going to start with Shane because it's his first time on the podcast. Right. So we're going to be looking to that camera. We're going to have you do the LA pitch.
Okay.
We're going to establish who you are, what you do, and you sell yourself in 30 seconds.
Okay. My name is Shane Ledbetter. I am a writer. I just recently got into photography, so I'm learning about all of that. I have a blog. It's called Qualms with Complacency, and that's kind of where I'm channeling all of my productive energy into lately, and it's helping me write and just get out more.
That's awesome. Okay, less gross. What 3 characteristics do you want to be remembered by your friends and family and your people that you care about?
Let's see. Kind would be number 1. I'd like to be remembered as humble and kind of relentless, I guess, in my pursuit of my goals.
I like it.
Yeah, I'd say relentless.
Kind, humble, relentless. That's awesome. Okay, this is a fun one. So what tactic or habit or self-help thing have you been doing for yourself in the last 2 weeks that has really been helping you that you want to share with us?
Yeah, okay. That's a good question. One thing that's been working out really well for me lately is if I even get a hint of boredom in my day, I try and escape it as fast as possible. So if I find myself like browsing a website or something and I'm not getting anything out of it, and I feel like there's a slight bit of boredom coming out of that, then I'm like, okay, I need to go take photos, or I need to start writing, or I need to start reading, or something that can help me move forward in my goals. I'd say that's been really useful lately because I'm not bored, and I think that's a good thing.
So kind of like a hot stove. Like you feel boredom, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's good.
You get away from it.
Yeah, it's like a falling knife. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Not about it.
I like that.
Yeah, it's helping a lot, for sure.
Cool. This is the fun part. What is something you've been struggling with? What's going on in your life? It's a weird question.
Let's talk about it, dude.
Like,
Dig deep, man.
Let's get
Dig
dirty.
deep.
Let's get gritty.
Yeah, what's going on? What's scaring you? What's happening?
So there's the big one that like really pops out at me, and I've been aware of it. I find I'm interested in so many things that like are fun to do and I see a benefit to, but I bounce around too much. Like, for example, I just recently started writing fiction and just like trying it because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
And I was feeling really passionate and motivated about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I should start a blog because that'll also help me with photography at the same time.
100%.
And fiction and blogs are very different. So fiction has just fallen back on the back burner. And I don't think that's a bad... Well, no, it's something that I'm not happy about. So I'd say jumping around from interests is something that I would like to change. That's pretty common right now in my life. Yeah.
Honestly, like, same thing. I have a lot of things that I like to do, a lot of interests, just like what you were talking about. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, you know, and I think the whole idea is just to allow yourself to experience the different things. Like don't try to like, oh, I'm passionate or I enjoy or I'm good at so many different things. That's such a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, you know, look at it as an opportunity to be more diverse and like open yourself up to what the possibilities are. I mean, you said, you know, fiction and blogs don't necessarily go hand in hand. It depends on what your blog is about now, but I can tell you that there is definitely a market for a blog that is like fiction based.
That's very
because
true.
no one's really seen that. Yeah. So just something like, and so taking all these separate little dots and connecting them could be really helpful. So don't look at it as a bad thing, and you can struggle with it, but really I feel like the struggle is like your head, like saying, oh, this is bad. True. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's what
that's
I'm
a good.
say
That's a good point. Yeah, I like what you said, where it's kind of like I could just, you know, I think this week my blog post will be fiction.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I'll just write a short fiction story.
Literally do maybe two blogs. What's your first blog about, or the idea?
It's just one right now. It's called Qualms with Complacency, and it's basically for anyone. Well, it's mostly for me to improve my writing. That was my initial reasoning for creating it.
Great.
But I came up with that name because I want to help myself and other people if they're stuck in a rut or they're bored or they're just complacent with life. I kind of write about things that can throw you out of it, and things that are working for me, where I wake up one morning and I'm like, you know, I think today I want to go skydiving. And that just fucks me up, because if I was bored and complacent with my life, that will give me whole new insights on everything. And that's kind of where I'm taking it. So I absolutely could probably sneak fiction in there if I were to start.
Absolutely. Can I add one thing real quick, because this is like in my head? Okay,
ahead,
that blog that you're talking about is really good to document your life and like what you do. Like, oh, I'm gonna go skydiving because I feel bored and I want to spice things up. But you could also have another blog. Like, think about what like what TV does, like TV shows. It's like there's one story and there's different episodes. So why don't you have a premise of a fiction story? You make a different blog. You can have two blogs. I mean, you're a writer. You're gifted in that realm, among other things. But dude, have every blog post be like a different episode. I'm just saying.
No, that might be cool. Yeah, so I dig it.
And I'm sorry I cut you off. You can go.
Like when I'm picturing like fiction for a blog, like, are you talking like you're gonna take like a dwarf and travel around the world and like have the adventures of the dwarf sort of thing?
That's
it
funny.
Could be anything.
It could because my fiction was fantasy.
Yeah.
So I like Tolkien is my hero. So like that would be a fun thing. You know, it'd be like my nerd side will come out here, but it'd be like a D&D campaign where like I have one character and it'll be like an episode. It's a great idea.
See, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
nothing.
You have like a little gnome do like a motivational speech, like about.
He's got to stand on a box in front of a crowd. A couple boxes.
No, dude, I fucking like. I've known you for a long time, and the path that you're on right now is sick to see. Because like before you were in that place of paralyzation through analyzation, where you I don't know if this is 100% true, but it seemed like fear was kind of holding you back from trying anything. And it was this really painful place, and now you're branching out and trying a bunch of shit, and something that I truly believe is like, you don't have to have all the answers right now, but I think it's a strong thing to say like, this is what I am right now, and this is what I believe right now, and I'm open to the fact that might change, but standing somewhere is important.
Absolutely.
Like, saying that you're a writer and that this is the direction right now, but it might change. Like, even having that little bit of footing of ground where you know where you stand, I think is really important.
Yeah, and it's fun to throw yourself in these environments where you don't know anything about it. Like getting into photography, it's like another language.
100%.
It took me an hour to figure out that shutter speed and exposure were like one and the same kind of.
And
see,
I know little to no.
I was sitting there and I couldn't find it. Like I was like, why? But anyway, I'll stop rambling. But yeah, the paralyzation through analyzation thing it's a scary place to be in, and I think all of us could benefit from just trying random shit.
And like, everyone struggles with that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody has something that they're fucked up about. And it's just how you deal with it. So like what you were saying before we turned on the cameras and all that stuff is that you were saying that a lot of like things like skydiving you would do to like get yourself out of the funk. And it has to do a lot with what your blog is addressing and all that stuff. But everyone addresses it differently. So if you feel like skydiving really helps you get out of your own head and into something different, you know, you're free falling, you have no control, so stop trying to control it, then that's perfect. With me, like, I struggled 2 years ago. I moved out here 3 years ago. And I went to New York Film Academy for a year. And I was super confident about like my acting skill, and I've been acting for 12 years, and I was doing professional theater before I moved out and all that stuff. And there was this one fucking teacher at New York Film Academy that literally was so hard on me, and I'm not just like, oh my god, he was hard on me, he said I need to do it better. No, like I remember I was in the middle of a monologue and he kept interjecting like, no, stop. And then he would ask me a question and I'd be all flustered and shit. And then one time I got really into it and he's like, wait, no, stop. Tell me right now, do you believe what you're saying? And like, I said no, super frustrated. I was like, no, I don't. And then there was silence. And then he asked me this in front of all my new classmates. I will never forget it. He goes, do you feel like a shitty actor? And in front of all the new people that I just met that were great actors, I said yes. And that fucked me up for months, dude.
It's awesome.
And so, yeah, dude,
awesome.
You would think it's awesome, but bro, I was like struggling hard. I was like, whoa, I've never fucking second guessed myself ever in my life. But the way I cope with it is like, a lot of people, that would happen to them and they'd roll under a rock and fucking die or something. I was like, you know what, fine. If I feel like I suck at acting, I'm going to keep fucking doing it until it's impossible for me to suck at it. Yeah. You know, hours of mastery, all that shit. So, dude, I was fucking booking student films, short films, I would get a script at 5 a.m. I'd go to work at 10. I'd get out at fucking 3. I'd run lines, then I'd shoot something. Then I'd go and fucking shoot something else on a different student shoot. Like, I just did it. And then, long story short, at the end of like a 10-day stretch of just intense, just different scripts all the time, I was able to have like a full-on controlled anxiety attack, like on camera, like for the part. Like I wasn't like so fucked up that I was like I can't handle it. It was like for the character, and that broke me out of it. Yeah. And so whatever works for you. So for me, it helped to just over that, just keep drilling it, just keep drilling it, just keep drilling it. And you skydiving, whatever the hell, maybe working on something that's not related. I mean, it never stops. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's fucked up.
Yeah, there's three choices. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I have a couple things I just thought of. First of all, I want to commend you for, like, your entire, everything that you want to do. Like, you always say, I want to help people. So, like your whole why for why you're doing things is to help people. And I think that's fucking beautiful. And I think you should hang on to that until you die. Like, I think the motivation of helping other people is really, really good. Something that I think might help you, Tim Ferriss. Have you ever read Tim Ferriss?
I haven't. I've watched his podcast a couple times.
Tim Ferriss, primarily, he has this TED Talk on fear. It's called, he does like a fear inventory where you write out all your fears, everything that you're afraid of, and then you got to check it out. I'll link it in the video, absolutely. But like you should check it out. It's 15 minutes and it's like an hour of writing. But basically, you list out all your different fears, why you have those fears, how you can mitigate those fears, and then like more importantly, at the very end, like you write out what will happen if you don't actually go through with what you want to do, and you learn to associate more pain with not doing than doing. And I think it's a really cool and useful tool whenever you get to that place of like overanalyzing and like.
So you almost accumulate a fear for not pushing through your fear.
Because that's like
pretty deep.
It's like pretty inception. Deep. Yeah. It's fear inception.
No, but like that's human beings. We're trying to avoid pain and we're trying to seek pleasure. Right. But like the thing is our blueprints get fucked up and we associate more pain with like progressing and like and growing. And a lot of times like we go, oh, we have to work really hard. It's gonna be really painful. But like when you learn to associate more pain with being a loser and sitting on the couch for the rest of your life, like when you learn how to reprogram your blueprint, you start doing the shit that you want to do.
That's an extremely healthy thing to get into, I think, is like you just finished on is associating the pain more so to not doing anything than the fear that comes with doing things. Because like all the greatest things I've ever done in life are some of my greatest memories that have like molded me more than anything. And then this time, like yesterday I was like, I'm going to wake up and go surf. I'm going to wake up at 5:30 because the waves are beautiful. I'm going to go surf.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Dude, you had me going. I was like, what's going to fucking happen?
Didn't do it.
What the fuck? Oh,
and
man.
the whole day yesterday, I was like, it's not like I was letting it ruin my day.
Right.
But I was thinking about, like, the concept of regret. And besides getting more sleep, which I really didn't need, I didn't get anything out of not going. and it was just kind of a profound, like, because it's such a small thing, like going out and paddling out for a couple
And
hours.
all day you're like,
yeah,
fuck, I should have gone.
Because that would have been
Why
fun.
did I do it? Why did I do it?
I would have been in nature. I would have been, a little more in touch with myself. I would have had fun. So just things like that is like, that's the result of not doing anything.
What is it? So now I want you to be really, 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 really transparent. Do you mind if I just ask like a really quick question?
Man.
I know where I don't want to but like, what is it that you want? And now I didn't say anything else. Like, what is it that you want to do for a living? What is it that you want? Like, what do you want? Like, because if you like, for certain people, they know what they want. And then there's other people that have different answers. I'm just really curious, like, what is it that you want? Like, what?
I want to be happy.
Okay.
As whole as I can be.
Uh-huh.
And I want to be able to either give people help with their motivation or help educate in some way.
So
I want to better myself mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to someday help people achieve that as well.
So I'm gonna put this on the record and just ask. Now I might not be right, but do you find that when you're bored, that all goes away? Like you're like at your least happy when you're bored?
Absolutely. Because when I'm bored, I'm wasting my time. Is in the past year, that's how I've been slowly thinking about it. Because like I can do things that are fun,
mm-hmm.
and they may not be the most productive things.
Yeah.
But if I'm having fun, then that's okay, kind of, But at a certain point, boredom can take over,
mm-hmm.
and like I don't nearly play as much video games as I used to.
Right.
When I do, it's with friends, and a couple days ago I tried to do it on my own, and I was like, this is just not for me right now.
You just want to grow, man. You just want to grow, and
so
do it. Experience everything you can.
You're doing it, dude. Get
I'm
excited.
trying. I'm trying.
Like, here's the thing. Every time you post on a blog, I'm going to read it.
100%.
I'm going to share it with everybody. Like, you're going to be helping people. You're going to be helping me every time you fucking post. And, like, every time you think that social media is gross, like, just know that at least I'm watching. And every time you do something dope, I'm fucking psyching on it. And it's motivating me to do more shit. So at the very least, you're inspiring me. Every time you post, every time you fucking do something, I think it's dope.
Thanks, man. Well, this is pretty inspiring, too. This is kick-ass.
I appreciate it. And, like, that's the whole goal. Like, even if I help just 2 people, it's worth all the effort. Like, I work non-stop. Like, I'm working 35 hours a week at a restaurant, and then, like, 50 hours a week outside of work. All I do is edit. All I do is film shit every single day. And it's probably because I put Tinder away. It's because I turned my
Isn't that scary?
Might be it.
See, that's where I'm at right now. I don't know if this might be answering a question down the line. I don't know the questions. But that's for me, like, I just took a 6-month break. I deleted all my Facebook stuff, and I loved it. Like, the benefits and the productivity that came from it was insane.
It's so good.
It was so refreshing. But now I'm like, well, I'm going to write a blog. I'm starting taking photos. There's a lot of benefits to having social media.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I don't want to make it like, because I know the things that I can reap from not having one. But it's just something I got to do. Yeah. But Tinder, like, that's the thing is, like, if these apps, like I have a Reddit app. I spend so much damn time on that Reddit app. I just need to get rid of it. Because I can always, browse the news and stuff in different ways. But there's certain apps that will really just, like, negate your progress.
100%.
We're going to do some accountability, bro.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to list out some shit that you're going to do.
It's a big board with my name on it.
Or not do. It doesn't matter. We're going to list out some shit. We're going to start with you. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be held accountable?
I want to be doing at least 1 blog post a week.
Nice. 1 fiction and 1 real? Just 1 blog post. That's great.
Yeah, I still have to decide if I'm going to do a new blog for the fiction, but that'll come.
At least 1 blog post a week. That'll get your feet wet because you're just starting out. So
yeah, it's
if we
really
bombard,
new.
like, if you had been writing blogs, we could be like, okay, add a fucking blog.
Yeah.
But right now you're just still trying to figure it out. There's a growth period. And it doesn't really matter what you do because you're still learning, and your audience would still be learning about you anyway. Yeah. So 1 blog post, no matter what it is, dude, you can even do like.
I have like 4 weeks worth of posts in my head that I want to do so far. So, like, I'm good for a little while.
Yeah, fucking kill it.
I just need to keep thinking about potential topics.
Is there any bullshit that you want to cut out? Like what's in your way that you want to cut out? Because that's my favorite shit. You cut out the bullshit, the good stuff happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit. Let's see.
Reddit app?
Yeah, I gotta get rid of Reddit. I gotta get rid of Reddit, man.
That's the easiest one. That'll be a fucking
just
easy
like looking
one.
at cute little dogs on r/all.
Delete Reddit app and then limit it to 1 hour a week total.
Of Reddit?
Of Reddit, which is probably...
That's super manageable.
Downscaling, yeah.
And I want to cut all video games alone. I tried a couple days ago. It was just... Yeah.
So no video games at all
my
for
main
now.
purpose for playing video games right now is it's got like it was severe because I tried streaming for a little while, so I was doing 12 hours a day.
Dude, it's so brutal.
But when I stopped doing that and I was a student, I was a student, a couple weeks ago I would be doing like 3 hours a day, and that's just not. Now I'm at like 30 minutes a day, and that's right where I want to be at. As long as I can maintain my relationships with friends and family, in that, when we bond over that, that's all I want.
So no video games at all?
Just do an hour a week.
Hour a week. That's what I'm on. That's a good plan. I break it, but
it's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you break shit. That's what happens.
I have another suggestion.
Shoot.
Something that I've been doing recently, which I'll talk about later, is like I do an at the end of the night journal, and it's this new thing, and it's but something that might be helpful for you is just like one simple question, like how did I act out of fear today, or like how did fear dictate anything in my life today? And every day you just write it down, and you just go, I could do this a little bit better tomorrow, and it's just like 2 sentences, but just having like the nightly awareness. Because like clearly that's something that's going to be like in your life probably forever. So maybe just the question like, did fear dictate my life today? What could I do better tomorrow?
I have a question for both of you. Because you mentioned how you write down like where fear dictated you like each night.
Yeah.
Because everyone has fear. Do you find that you're faced with things and you make decisions out of fear like on a daily basis?
So much less than I used to.
Good.
Like so much less than I used to, but like in the past, yeah, 100%. I let like fear paralyze me in a lot of ways. But I like to have like a reminder. I like to remind myself of where I once was so I can keep
instead of fear paralyzing you guys, why don't you let it fucking energize you? Embrace it, because if you're afraid of something, it's going against what your norm in your head is, and that means you're kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and you're doing something right. So when you feel fear, why don't you just intentionally act on it? Just say fuck it. And just like, unless it's like, oh, there's a fucking lion that escaped from the zoo and I want to go pet it, but I'm afraid to, like, don't go pet fucking lions. But like, there might be lions in your life. Like, I'm afraid to start a second blog post. I'm afraid to, you know what I mean?
So how about after the podcast, we write it out, maybe do 4 or 5 questions, and I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you this week. And then, like, that's a good point. We'll add that as, like, was the fear positive? Was
contrary
it a positive
action.
Fear? Yeah. Did I feel fear and then let it motivate me? And we can add that question to the nightly journal, which I like.
I'm down.
I have another idea, and then we'll do a couple more if you.
Yeah, of course.
I want you to do the Tim Ferriss fear inventory.
I'm super down for it.
It'll take like an hour. It was super beneficial for me. I've done it like 3 or 4 times, and I know Tim Ferriss does it quarterly. So like it's really good.
What does Tim Ferriss? What does Tim Ferriss do? Is he a?
Tim Ferriss wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, and then he's done the Tim Ferriss podcast, which is one of the best success and motivation podcasts ever. And I know he was a ghost investor, and he invests in a bunch of like small startups in San Francisco. But he's basically an entrepreneur. Gotcha. He just does a bunch of shit. Anything else? Can you guys think of anything else for Shane?
I'm trying to think more bullshit that I do throughout the week.
Well, don't think too hard about bullshit, because then you're going to tell yourself that that's what you do, and it might not be. Just because one day you slept in until 12:30 doesn't mean that that's a thing you do. Yeah. So be very careful when you're trying to, like... That's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt.
Like, everyone has bullshit. I would say let's think of something like...
Don't judge yourself.
There we go. That's a good one for everyone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Super general, but like you can really... it means something different to everybody.
It's very easy right now for me to do that as well, because like while like learning about photography, I'm like,
there you go, man.
Sweet.
This is you. This is accountability for you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's dope.
6 is a good number.
So I'm gonna reset the cameras, and then we're gonna move over to Mike. If that's cool.
Cool, absolutely. That was fun.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's do it one time. 1, 2, 3. That was great.
Great clap, guys. Love the energy.
Beautiful.
Nice clap.
Nice clap.
Beautiful clap.
Spread the clap. There's this game. There's this game we do in acting class. I'm
That
serious.
took a turn,
There's
man.
this fucking game we like a warm up that you do in acting class for focus, where everyone gets in a fucking circle and they turn, and you have to make eye contact and clap at the same time. Then that person turns to the other person, claps, and then you literally pass the clap. It's great.
Passing the clap, dude. That's like
Passing. There's nothing better than passing the clap, dude.
Sounds like college. Okay, let's go on.
Wanna
to
really
Okay, so we've had you on the podcast before, so we know who you are. But if you want to do like a 5-second reminder into the camera, you wanna do
This
that?
camera or that camera?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll do it to both.
Do both.
Hi, my name is Michael Yves Lavoie. I was on this podcast the last time, and I am an actor. I am a producer in training. I work with producers, and I'm a writer.
Okay, and we got like your 3 favorite characteristics, but like, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal?
Favorite animal.
Bro, that's a good
That's such a
question,
good
dude.
question.
Oh my god, because that
You gotta
tells
be
a lot
ready for
about it.
that.
I can't.
You gotta be ready for that
I
question.
can't overthink it. I thought of a cougar, like a mountain lion.
I like cougars.
Cougars are
Yeah,
cool.
cougars are great.
Yeah.
Can I just real quick? Can I just say why I'm fascinated by mountain lions? I have a real weird story. Please, I have to do it.
Go Dwight from The Office. Get
Dude.
into it.
Real quick, I'll
Yeah.
tell it directly to. No, I'm just gonna talk to you guys. But literally, before I moved out to LA to pursue acting, right? I knew I was gonna move out, and I was like 19 when I was 19 when I had this dream. I decided I was gonna move. I had the plans in. I had money saved up. I was ready, super amped. I had this dream at like one night where I remember I was in the dream. I was getting off of out of the airport. I was getting out of LAX, and I'm in the city, right? And all of a sudden, I start walking with my bags to wherever I was going in this dream. All of a sudden, I'm walking down this dirt path. Okay? And I'm walking down this fucking dirt path, and I'm walking, and I pass this white house with red shutters on the left, right? So, I'm walking, all of a sudden, I start hearing shit, and I cross, and I pass the house, and there's like a lake in the middle. Now, keep in mind, we were in the city at LAX, and now I'm at this like lake, and across the lake, there's this fucking mountain lion, and it's staring at me, and it's fucking hungry, dude. And I saw that, and my instinct was like, oh my god, this thing's gonna kill me. So I turned around, and I start running back. And all of a sudden, this thing somehow jumped the lake or whatever the hell happened. I hear it behind me. It's like fucking growling and shit, dude. All of a sudden, this was the most realistic dream ever, because the house that was white with red shutters on the left is now on my right because I'm going the other way. And all of a sudden, I see this couple in front of the house, and I was like, guys, there's this mountain lion. It's gonna kill me. I need to get out of here. They're like, get in the house. Like, they knew what to do. So then I go into the house, into the kitchen, and like, I go and I look, in the window that's over the sink, and I see the driveway, and I see this mountain lion like come up, right? And all of a sudden, this couple has this like brown bag, and they just nicely take this mountain lion and they put it in this brown bag, and then I woke up. So I'm fascinated with mountain lions.
I wonder why the shutters were red.
I don't know.
What do you think that means?
You know what it is? I think
It's like your spirit animal.
because I think because I knew I was moving out to LA, and like I think that because I don't know. I think it was because I knew there's mountain lions like in LA County somewhere like in the mountains, but I think it had to do with maybe not my hesitation, but my willingness to act without fear and just to go into something. So I like walked into LA, and all of a sudden there's fucking mountain lion, and I think that was like me. Like my alter ego, like Chase. I don't know what it means. I need
Or
to
the
analyze.
aggression and like the speed.
Yeah,
and
what
the
do you guys think? Because I
athleticism.
can't analyze my own dream.
Maybe
I don't
the
know.
athleticism and the speed and
Because I got out of the airport. I was
Normally you put booze in a brown bag. Maybe it's something on like the.
no.
beast
It
of
wasn't a
addiction.
paper bag. It was like a fucking. It was like a net, like a. I don't know if tweed is the right. It was like a sack.
It was like a burlap sack.
Yes, burlap sack. It was like this big, and they just put the mountain lion in it, and that's it. And I woke up.
I think maybe
They didn't hurt the mountain lion.
This is got.
Mountain lion was just willing.
But it wasn't like, I love animals. Guys, I love animals. Don't worry. I just don't know where my head was at. But it had to do with being in LA and then seeing something that wanted to kill me. And I was like, fuck
Honestly,
that.
You never
But
know. Maybe there's like a shaman watching. Like if there's somebody that knows how to decipher dreams, comment it, and then.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll
if you
let
got like,
Michael know.
because first step I get off the airport. Second step I'm in the woods. Third step I see a mountain lion. Fourth step I run. Fifth step there's people and I say help me, and then sixth step or whatever step we're on, they put them in a bag and I was fine.
Okay.
Anyway, can we get? I'm
get
sorry,
back to
we
us.
went
No,
off.
it's
I
okay.
just so mountain lion
I
is the
respect
answer.
it.
Like
I
what my
respect
favorite
the
animal
passion
is.
behind your
Fuck.
answer.
That was a 5-minute answer. Okay, so I got over there. I got everything that we had you do for last week.
Let's
so
do
we're
it.
Gonna, we're gonna do some
Just
accountability.
fucking drill me over the head with it.
Okay, how'd you do with meditating?
Okay,
Meditating. What happened?
I tried the Headspace app once, and it was great, but I got really anxious. And that
Whoa.
I got anxious because doing nothing. I swear to God, dude, I'm fucked up.
Doing nothing fucks you up.
Yeah, like I got really antsy and like weird about it, but I did it, and then something clicked in my head where I was like, maybe it doesn't have to be like a meditation thing, but maybe I have to give more time to myself. Maybe the way I kind of unwind or settle myself is maybe not through a straight up traditional meditation. At least not in this point in my life. Maybe it's giving myself more time. I don't know.
Maybe you gotta do it more than once.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
Let's talk about accountability.
It's like doing squats, bro. It sucks the first time.
Can
you do
I
it. Like,
can I give myself accountability right now? I'm gonna meditate once every single day after this podcast, and I'm very serious about it because I was serious about it last time, and then I did it. But I think it's a good idea.
We'll write it.
Can
We'll write
I
it
say
down.
two things?
One
I
of
have
the
two
two.
things. So for me, I didn't start learning the tools that came with Headspace until I was maybe like 7 or 8 days in, because you kind of learn different methods that the narrator or the person guiding you can teach you, like, just tools where like counting your breaths and stuff. And when you pick up on those tools, when your mind starts to wander and run away into places that you really don't want it to while you're meditating,
Yeah.
you can bring it back a little more effectively since
Yeah.
you're knowledgeable about those tools. And then the second thing for me is if I am not exerting my energy physically and I'm not being active, it is almost impossible for me to relax my mind. So like for me, I need to completely have my meditating practices and my lifting like correlate, because I can't effectively meditate if I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, I can relate to that. Like
Yeah.
Tony Robbins talks about it. He says that your body is your emotions. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't exercise, your emotions are gonna be fucked. But here's the thing. Do the take 10. Do the intro take 10. Don't worry about doing it every single day. Just in the next 2 weeks, get through the take 10.
Yeah.
10 days.
I'm sorry.
It's
The
take
10 days.
It's the 10 things in a row. And then every time you don't want to do it, recognize that it's a practice in contrary action. It's reinforcing your
Like
grit.
what we were talking about.
It's reinforcing your grit. Just do it, even if you hate it. Just do the take 10. That's it. And you can drop it afterwards if it doesn't work for you. And it's gonna be really uncomfortable. Clearly, you're not gonna like it, but just do it. Just
Yeah,
fucking
man.
just do it.
I would also say take some time after you meditate, whether it's right after or before you're going to bed. When you're going to bed, think about if there's actual like things that have happened throughout that day that seemed like an improvement since you had done it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, today I felt like a little more patient when dealing with customers or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, maybe that was because I meditated and I slowed my day down. So if you
Yeah.
kind of linger on the benefits that you might have gotten from meditating, it might also help motivate you to do it again.
Yeah.
And then something that a mentor of mine told me, every
Mhm.
time I didn't want to do something, he would say like, this is what he'd say. He said, what if this is the one thing that dramatically changes your life, that gives you everything that you ever wanted? It might not, but it might be
That's
that
powerful.
one. It might be that one thing that shifts everything, and you're saying no to it because it was uncomfortable.
Right.
The first
But you
time
don't
did it.
know unless you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes back to the
So-
fear conversation.
So like every single time I go, oh, I don't want to do that. I just say, what if this is the one thing? What if this is the thing that just fucking shifts everything?
Yeah. I think it spoke to me a lot of like when I was, because it's weird, like I have ADHD, like surprise people on the internet. I have ADHD. Yeah, really? I have ADHD, super proud of it. I've never taken medication. I feel like it's my superpower. I actually read a book called The ADHD Advantage. Never finished it, but I'm just kidding. No, that is a Terrible punchline,
a
but
good
I did finish it. But I feel like it's more like a superpower because I have all this energy and that's what my brain does a lot of the time. But when I have a subject at hand or something to do, tunnel vision is what happens. But when I was meditating, I found that my brain was going fucking haywire, and I just like couldn't sit still, and like it was weird. And that speaks to a lot about where I am like in my headspace. And so I actually. What I've been doing, because the whole meditation thing kind of showed me that I'm like need to chill. So I've been trying to take more time for myself. So I'm giving myself time at night to like wind down after a long day.
That's dope.
But that's resulted in me not sleeping. So I need to really figure my shit out. So maybe I have to meditate.
Winding down results in you not sleeping?
Yeah, because like what I'll do is
Do you like to sleep like a piston? Like you hit a Red Bull and then you're just fucking.
Yeah, that's how I sleep at night. No, no, I don't know, man. Like if I get out of like, so I'll work with like my producer in the morning into the afternoon, then I'll go to work at my restaurant job until like 1 a.m, and then I get home and I don't want to go right to bed. And so I stay up and do like mindless shit because that's like me winding down, and I hate that. But now it's not just mindless shit in the middle of the day, which I don't do. It's mindless shit at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, which is worse because then I'm getting a later start on my day. So that's actually, I know you didn't ask, but that's one of the things right now, you were probably going to ask, but that's one of the things I'm struggling with right now is just getting my structure back. Like I do live a very structured life. I still do the whole gym thing in the morning, like I said on the last episode, but I'm just
so the time
struggling winding down.
So the time for yourself is fucking you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta work on my shit.
Okay. That's okay. So what are you doing specifically to time for yourself? Are you just YouTube videoing? Like, is that what's going on?
Nah, dude. Like, it's my interests are spread. So maybe I'll be playing guitar. Maybe I'll be making a beat on like GarageBand. Maybe I play Xbox. I don't play a whole lot. Or maybe I'm just watching like American Horror Story or something. I like to watch the performances, so I learn as a performer from that.
Yeah.
But like not at 2 a.m. You shouldn't. Just because I think I need to get back. My cousin came over last week from Boston to visit, and my schedule's been all fucked up since then, and so I'm kind of just readjusting. So I think this answer will change, but I'm just where I am right now today. I'm just struggling with getting my schedule back to where it was, where I was.
That's okay, bro. Don't beat yourself up over it, because like you had something that worked for you for a long time, but you wanted to adjust it, and like it might have been an over adjustment,
right?
But you're gonna come back to it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like you were just telling me when we were doing the board for me is just don't judge yourself.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you've been doing this for 10 years, then maybe like you need to like make some tweaks. But if this is something new and you're not really fully aware of how to control it or what's going on, I mean, don't fret about it. It's you're gonna figure it out. It's just something that will come with time and self-exploration.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get fucking, like, this expert meditation. You're not going to have joy and peace and serenity. And You're not going to get all these fucking gifts from the first time or even the first 2 years. Like, it takes a while, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in fucking 1 year of working out. Like, this is like a lifetime thing.
You know, my work, I was trying to meditate in the morning, but after the gym, which didn't work because then I'm physically awake. I was thinking of something. If I'm having a hard time at night right now with my structure, just because my cousin came over and we were doing different things, I think maybe positioning my meditation at night where I'm having downtime for myself, instead of going on YouTube playing Fortnite, which I don't play a whole lot of, but whatever. Or watching TV. It's so fun, and I suck at it, but it's so fun.
He's good at it, dude.
Dude, I'm sure you're a builder pro, dude. I don't know, man.
I was.
Yeah, he's
but
sick.
I think instead of doing that stuff, coming home from a packed day, it's because all I need I don't play video games, and like video games are great for people that love to play video games, but I've never really considered myself a gamer. This is just something I was like, then maybe this will help me wind down, but then it keeps me up. So I think if it's just for winding down, I think meditating at night might be what works for me. And I know that's different because you want to like meditate maybe in the morning, but it doesn't matter.
Everyone has different practices.
I'm gonna try that. Put that shit down. I'm gonna do that, and I will tell you guys.
Yeah. Okay, another thing.
Just because, sorry,
we're just, how you doing with the acting classes?
It's going great, man. I just had a class last night.
You actually signed up for something?
Oh, absolutely. I signed up. Did I sign up when we were on before, or was I going to?
You're going to.
I did sign up. I have 3 weeks under my belt. And I did do acting classes when I moved out here as well, and I've been acting for 12 years, and I went to New York Film Academy when I first got out here, then did classes. But for 2 years, I've been investing in my job with my producers to kind of allow them to trust me and work really hard and learn the producing side, or start to learn the producing side and all that stuff, and have them trust me. It's all about trust. But I signed up for acting classes. I'm doing it. I have 3 weeks under my belt. Feels great.
Dope.
Learning a lot, which is amazing. And next week we're doing a scene, and we get to pick our own scenes. Usually the teacher picks the scenes for you. We get to pick our own scenes, but I am going to write my scene.
What?
So,
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
What about the 5-minute journal?
5-minute journal. I never bought it, but I have been writing a lot more.
That's good.
My feelings. and
Okay,
stuff like
here's another. If I bought it for you,
Yeah.
would that weird you out?
that wouldn't weird me out.
Yeah, because I'm down. Like, if you're down to actually use it, I'll buy it for you.
And then you know what? And then I think
And then you'll feel like this
Like I have
weird
to.
connection to me, where you'll like feel bad if you don't do it because I bought it, and that's worth it. I'll spend way more money than that to like help
Okay.
somebody out.
well, I appreciate it. If you want to do that, that's great. I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it for you.
I can even give you the money back. Just doing it would be.
After a year, if you actually benefited from it, then you can give me the money back. But if you hated it, don't worry about it.
That's a deal. Shake on it right now. Yeah.
I'm witness, and so is that.
We'll shake on you
and
too.
that.
We'll shake. Let's come here. Yeah. There we go. Cool.
Okay. What else? Do you want to be held accountable on anything else today?
What does it say right now?
Finish take 10,
Yep.
but do it at night.
Okay. Perfect.
That's
Second
it.
one.
That's it.
Okay.
Meditate
Cool.
at night.
Oh, okay.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do it. I
Yeah.
can't tell myself what to do. You have to do it.
Blast them a little bit, dude.
Please
So
do.
like I'll touch on what Jackson said, the meditation thing. Like there's days I've been doing it for only like 3 or 4 weeks, and there's days where it's just I just don't get anything out of it. You know, it's just not there because I'm still learning. But I think it'd be beneficial, just like Jackson had recommended to me, about having a journal where I write 1 to 2 sentences a night about if I let fear dictate me. I think you should do the same, but with the benefits of meditating that day, or the benefits of your tweaking of your winding down, and if you gained from that or lost from something else, and just being able to see it on paper and break it down might indicate that there's certain avenues that are a little more effective for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be good.
Agreed. Absolutely. I really like this because now I think through this conversation of me like not meditating, I think connecting my winding down time at night to just meditation as opposed to mindless whatever else, meditating would be good because I do want to meditate and I want to wind down, and I think that'll help me sleep better, and I think I'll have better, more like a deeper sleep and more relaxed and more rested if I do that. I think because I know myself, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna work.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool.
Okay, so I'm writing little questions that you can write down and then answer. So what I have is, did I pause today? Did I take a second to pause at any moment? How did it feel? Did I take time for myself today? How did it feel?
I like that.
Did I meditate? And then what could I do better tomorrow?
I like that.
Focus purely on like the stillness, because like the productivity shit, that's gonna happen to you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But did I meditate, and then what could I do better tomorrow for my mental health, for the stillness?
I like that. I like that a lot. It's really one of those things that I take pride in my work ethic, in my productivity, in my career, and all that stuff. But other than that, like, I don't really relax, and I think this is really important.
I mean,
I'm also
yeah.
kind of afraid too. I'm not gonna lie.
There's fear.
We're on
Relaxing
we're on the fucking podcast right now. There's fear in that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
good,
what if I like relaxing and then that overpowers my life and then I'm shit. Like literally, that's where my brain goes. I'm
Dude.
so glad we're doing this.
I'll find the link. Tim Ferriss talks about that, where he talks to top performers about meditation and spirituality because he's into that. And top performers have that fucking fear. They're like, if I meditate, will it take away that edge? And it's not true. It's like that's a natural fear of every top performer. They're like, if I meditate, it'll take that edge away, but it just doesn't.
That's interesting.
It's not.
That's literally how I feel. I'm like, what if
Yeah.
I like learn that I just need to relax and I don't need to be doing all like it scares me.
Yeah.
No,
This shit
it's
is all
super
I've ever
scary.
wanted. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, I know that I'm probably being irrational and illogical, so I'm gonna do it. It's scary to me.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was so fucking anxious. I'm like, oh god, I kind of like it, but fuck this now. I gotta work. I gotta type something.
I'll find the link, dude.
Please send that to me.
I can't describe it myself because I don't remember it. So it'll be good for me.
So that's
to
like a
describe
thing
it.
then.
Yeah.
So I'm not alone. Okay.
No,
good.
you're not alone. That's the thing. That's why we're doing this podcast. Like, I had a lot of fear doing this podcast because I'm like, no one's gonna fucking care what we have to say. But then I realized that there's a lot of people just like us. Like, every single one of us has a voice, and we're all uniquely qualified to help somebody else out by displaying our fucking journey and like just speaking our truths.
Absolutely.
And, like, something about this is gonna be magical and is gonna help somebody, and I really believe that.
I do too. 100%.
What else? What else do you want to do?
I want to write a now I'm putting this on the record, and I wasn't going to, but now I have to do it. Ready?
Dang.
I want to do a Halloween release miniseries.
That's
online.
cool.
Just like literally 5-minute episodes, 3 episodes. One would be the first one. The pilot would be on October 30th.
Wait. Camera just died.
Uh oh. Did all of them die?
No, I just heard one die. The fuck?
Are you hearing things?
I might be hearing things.
I heard like a car brake, like screech.
Is the audio still on?
No, everything's good. Okay, just start over and just say, here's what I want to do. I didn't want to say this the Halloween release. Just
Okay,
start
cool.
over.
We'll do
Yeah,
that.
just go
Just
right
in case we need it.
Yeah, you're good.
So, actually, here's what I want to do. I'm gonna put this on the record right now because now I have to do it. I was thinking about doing this mini-series, this Halloween release mini-series.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. Like 3 episodes, mini-series. So like each episode would be like 5 minutes, or maybe I'd pick a certain time that means something like in the actual series, but it would be just 3 episodes. The first episode, the pilot, would be on October 30th, which is the day before Halloween, and then the second one would be released on October 31st, and then the other one would be on November 1st. And I have a couple ideas that I'm like jumping around with, but I really want. I've been thinking about this, man. So accountability. I want to start getting brainstorming down on paper, because once I start brainstorming down on paper, I have to fucking write
It's
it.
a good time too because you can shoot that during Halloween.
Exactly.
If you have people that are into it, your costume department's already taken care of.
And if you need help filming, if you need anything, PA, I'm down.
I would appreciate
literally,
that.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like that thing. I get obsessive. Like, if you're out hitchhiking,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna pick you up. But if you start pushing your broken down car, I'll pull over and I'll start pushing with you. Like,
That's
you
cool.
gotta start the work,
I like that.
and then people
Yeah,
follow.
and no, and I'm not gonna have a problem starting it. What the big thing was, but now we're putting it in my accountability, and I have to because now it's on the record. You guys need to hold me accountable, okay? And I know you guys will. I'm just gonna do it because I really want to write something right now because I love writing too. I'm an actor, but I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna put myself in as a lead role, and I'm gonna have other people.
That's awesome.
Just ask for help and anything you need, man. We'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
Maybe the scene that I write for my class next week, it will be like a rough idea for what I want for the Halloween release.
That'd be a fun tie-in.
I love it.
Like to workshop it and get notes from the people in my class, and then I'll be like, oh, by the way, I want to put this in like a Halloween release that I'm doing. Fuck it.
That's awesome.
Let's
That's
just say
super
that.
good,
Let's
yeah.
just do it.
Let's make it happen.
Cool.
Cool.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Feeling
Awesome.
good. Yes, sir.
All right, so I got the paper.
Let's do it. Oh,
All right, so since you didn't do the 3 qualities and you kind of a little touched on who you are, touch on who you are and some qualities that you'd like to be remembered by.
right. The first episode, I get to do my 3 characteristics, but I'm Jackson Britt. I'm a filmmaker. I am a content creator. I invest in cryptocurrencies, and someday I want to be an entrepreneur. But the 3 things I want to be most remembered by, I want to be remembered by my desire to help others. I want to be remembered by my passion and my enthusiasm for life.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice, man.
Let's see. So you just want me to touch on?
Instead of like
okay.
a tactic that I'm using, we're just gonna do
Okay.
what
Accountability
did
and
I
stuff.
do and what did I not do.
So your One Crypto podcast.
I haven't released it. I've
Okay.
filmed.
You filmed it though,
I
right?
filmed 3. So like
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so like,
Nice.
well, basically what we're gonna do is like we're doing webcam videos. So
Mhm.
Chris Moore did a webcam 10-minute video all on this thing called Coinbase, and then we did 2 full 25-minute episodes.
Nice.
But like, there's a learning pain, like there's a learning curve. So like, I have to drop a bunch of JPEG images every fucking 20 seconds in the video, and I have to learn all the fonts and like placing titles for like the segment beginnings.
It's a lot to learn.
So there's like this learning curve, but once I learn everything, I'm gonna start cranking shit out. So
Mhm.
like, everything's coming slower than I thought it would, but it's happening. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
That's
And
killer.
I'm excited about it.
3 is a lot, and yeah, you have them
No,
on
it's-
deck ready
So
to go.
check.
But it's
done it?
happening, but it's not happening in the way I thought it would. But I also, like, there's little things we just fuck up. Like, the focus was soft on the close-up of my face for the second episode. So it's going to be a whole lot of close-up on Chris and then a wide shot for both of us.
Well, you
and just
learn.
no close-up on me.
You learn and you move on and you
But
won't
I'm
make
just-
that same mistake again.
But I'm going to release it anyways.
Good.
Because I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a
Believe
fuck,
it.
bro.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, let's see. I'm about to get glasses soon, so I might not be the one to be able to read
Both
these.
short films having a new cut. I did not do that.
Oh.
I didn't
Okay.
touch it at all.
So is that because
It's because of all these podcasts. It's not that I'm not busy. It's
Yeah.
not that I'm not doing shit. It's like everything with these videos, these podcasts is taking longer than I thought, and there's learning curves, but I really feel like it's going to get better, and I'm going to get more productive, and I'm going to be able to bang that out. But I definitely put it on the back burner for the moment.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but like, it's still one of those things where I know if I do not do that, there's an entire cast and crew waiting for this video with like the movie. I said I was going to put it into the film festivals, and they're good enough to do it, and like, there's a lot of people waiting for me to finish it.
I think once you've accomplished learning a lot of the Photoshop and stuff that's taking up a lot of your time in the crypto watch thing, it'll open you up.
I think
Because
so.
once you get more fluent and you're a little more confident in your editing abilities for that specific one, and then you're gonna find the time.
It's
It's
gonna
just
happen.
getting there that'll be hard.
It's going to happen. It's one of those things where like, when I have an hour and a half before work, instead of just going, I'm gonna do something besides editing that, like, even if it's 30 minutes I should do every single day, I should at least look at it. I should open it and give myself the chance to edit, so if I at least have it on the screen, I can make the decision there, like, fuck this, I'm gonna not do it. But if I at least make the habit of opening it and staring at it, that could help me.
I agree, absolutely.
What else? One crypto podcast per week. Oh, the Tinder dates.
Yeah, what's up
Didn't
with
you
the Tinder
say
dates, bro?
earlier
The
that
Tinder dates. I deleted Tinder. I deleted
Okay.
Bumble. And it's crazy because I have an addictive personality, and like, it's gotten me in trouble in the past. And like, it's one of those weird things where I take on a spiritual way of life to deal with like these addictive tendencies, but it doesn't go away. Like, that's the thing, is like, I'm addicted to working now.
Good.
And it's just,
there's
I'm just-
worse things to be addicted
it's
to.
like, I think it's just part of my nature. I'm just a crazy person, and if I'm not addicted to dating,
Yeah.
and if I'm not addicted to alcohol, and if I'm not addicted to something, I'm going to be addicted to work, or I'm going to be addicted to, I don't know, working out, or...
You're going to structure your life so that your addiction actually pushes you
It's
and
just
has
gotta-
value.
Yeah,
That's
it's got to be it's just the way I am. It's
I was
just-
gonna say, yeah, just make
it's
sure
just-
that. What's up?
I'm just making sure that the frame's
Oh.
good for Shane. Can you lean back a little, Mike? To your left? Yeah, dope.
I was just gonna say, keep that motivation and that passion and that moving forward, but just make sure it eventually run your life. Because if you're unable to keep up your other avenues because you're so addicted to one, then it could end up, yeah.
That's why I think it's super important to have friends that are going to fucking call me out.
Yep.
Like, it's so important. Like,
And we'll
no
do
matter,
that for
no
you.
matter
It's like,
how,
hey man, I haven't seen you in 4 months.
So
Are
here's
you
what I'll
okay?
say as an ending note, because I do got to work and go to my next job.
That's okay.
So what I'll tell you is that, as you said, you have an addictive personality. We were talking about earlier. Everybody has their own shit. But if you can find a way to structure your life, like I said, and use that to push you and use that as your superpower, your addictive personality, use that as your superpower to push you through life and your journeys, then you're going to be fine. And I wrote on the first accountability thing, both short films have a new cut because we're carrying that over, just like we had to do for me because I didn't do all my stuff. Do that. Allow your addictive personality to take place and all of that. And I'm sorry I have to leave, but I will see you guys obviously soon. And it was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
absolutely. That was fun.
And Jackson,
Dude.
thank you for having me on, dude.
It's always fun.
I'm gonna try to get away from this mic without messing up the sound. We're gonna limbo.
Bro.
And thank you guys for watching. All right.
Cool. Later, man.
Have a good shift, dude.
Thank you.
Have fun meditating tonight, bro.
I will meditate.
I'm gonna text
you after I'm done.
I'm gonna text you at midnight and say,
And
dude,
writing the
take some
positives.
time for yourself, bro.
Another accountability thing. See you later, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm telling everybody, I will text Jackson after I finish meditating tonight. Okay. Bye, guys.
Oh, that was the camera. Oh yeah, I'll link it on Instagram.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll link that on Instagram.
You might not need that one anymore.
Oh yeah, this one died.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Later, bro.
I guess it's you and me. Let's just finish this one.
Let's do it. What else do we have to do? We have on the last one.
Practice passive self-help.
Okay.
The other one's practice passive self-help. That was just because I was taking like 3 or 4 hours in the day to just do self-help, which is just a lot of time. So like,
It's a lot of time.
but
Yeah.
it helped me, and it like saved my life with a lot of the addiction shit. But like, it doesn't need to be 3 hours every single
Yeah.
day. It could be tightened. It can be squeezed
Yeah,
into
just like little by little, like, you know, tone it down. Like,
Yeah.
don't go from 3 or 4 hours to a half hour.
Yeah.
Like, start at 2 and be like, okay, this is getting a little more comfortable, and then eventually you'll dial it down to an hour and a half, and you'll be happy with that.
I'm gonna give you 2 cameras, bro.
Oh, I get a second camera.
Yeah, you ready?
Just be like, "Doosh, doosh."
Wait, have you looked at the camera? I'm just gonna give you focus. Yeah. Focus might be soft or whatever. But I don't know. Like I don't think I'm really struggling with anything big time. It's just I haven't gotten to that shit, which is really important for
Yeah.
me. But no, not doing Tinder is dramatic.
Oh,
dude.
it's amazing when you drop
sick.
apps that you don't need.
Yeah,
It's
no,
amazing.
like
I have
the-
to delete Reddit now. I don't know what the fuck. I'll just look inward.
Dude, when you cut that was deep. No, it's good, dude.
But yeah, it was like we were talking about earlier, like the amount of freedom and peace you feel when you're able to get rid of those apps that just suck your time. It's profound how much you can learn about yourself or the world around you. It's cool. That's
100%.
awesome.
Maybe I'm trying to think of something I'm struggling with. That way we can talk
Yeah,
about
that
it
works.
briefly.
So we know you're struggling with time because you're working on a lot of
doing
projects.
a lot, but like I just, yeah, this is getting pushed to the back burner, and like I have occasional days, like it's only like once a week, but like occasionally I'm just on edge.
Mm.
But I think it's like it's not necessarily bad stress. It's just occasionally I get like a little off balance because I'm working all day.
Yeah.
Or like I'm filming for 6 hours and then all of a sudden I have to try and squeeze some editing in, and then I go straight to work, and then I get off work and I'm so fucking wired from work that like I just feel sometimes on edge where I'm just working really hard.
So one thing that I've been doing, not in the past week because I'm in between semesters, but when I am busy, is when I'm doing these things and I feel like I'm getting on edge because I'm so busy. I'm trying to study and I'm trying to write, I'm trying to do all this stuff. Stopping for a moment, like you said earlier, but instead of breathing, do that too. Don't
right.
stop breathing.
Yeah.
Think about why you're doing it and like the enjoyment you're getting out of it.
Yeah.
Like I was
like that.
I was like trying to do all these finals and papers and study and stuff, and I was like freaked out, but I was pretty confident in like my how ready I was to take the final.
Right.
And I was able to stop and be like, okay, I'm gonna write a little because it's fun and I'm enjoying it, and like that kind of releases the inner tension that I'm dealing with, and I'm less likely to be stressed or lash out or have anxiety.
I like that.
I can write that down.
I think, yeah, do that. I like,
That's nice.
something I want to do is I want to start doing an everyday focus. So like something that I've noticed too is every single, like I started slipping on a lot of stuff that I normally do. Like I went 5 days without going to the gym, or like I'll skip meditating 3 days in a row or shit like that. Like I want to do a refocus on like the little stuff every day, like the little morning routines, and just get back into that because I've gotten so obsessive on accomplishing all of these things that all I do is the productivity shit. And I think I really strongly believe that the more I fill my life with work, the more I need to expand like the balancing act of like meditating and making sure I work out, because if I don't, like, it's weird because once I start feeling overwhelmed, the answer is always more. I have to do more with like my meditating. I have to do more with my working out, which is the last thing you want to hear when you feel overwhelmed, is like you need to do more. But it's more of like this chill thing, like meditating.
It's almost like a tweak in your own mindset could be the change. It's not whether or not you're devoting enough time to those things in your life, but like the way you perceive giving. Yeah. Like I forgot where I heard it recently, but it was like I need to give more and try and get less. Yeah. And like by looking at dedication of like I'm giving my time to this craft or this pursuit, it's like kind of, I don't know, it helps me slow down.
Dude, I so strongly believe that. Like that's the thing, is like everyone says whatever you want to say about Gary Vaynerchuk, but like the thing that he is so right about is give without expectation. And that's all I've been doing. Like I went and I filmed those bodybuilders, and I fucked up the sequence settings, and it was like a little bit blurry, the footage, but like I did the bodybuilders, I'm filming the guys from East of Angels, I'm doing all these podcasts, I'm signing up for everything without any expectation of any financial return at all. And I expect to do free shit nonstop for like 4 or 5 years, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And I just like people are saying like, why aren't you getting filmed? Or like, why aren't you getting paid for the filming stuff? Like even $100. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like I genuinely I just want to help people, and I want to build a network so I can make a lot of money way down the line, but I just want to be super valuable to everyone around me for as long as I can.
Yeah. And the experience that you're getting is way more important than, well, like obviously money's important because you got to stay alive, but
right.
You can't be, but the experience you're getting is, so much more profoundly helpful than a couple bucks here and there. It's the experience.
Something I want to do.
I wrote down. It could be worded better.
Take a moment to appreciate why you're doing what you're doing. I like that.
Yeah, it helps me out. So,
can we do? I'm just gonna. We don't need to write it down. But I like Tony Robbins. He teaches you this thing about like rapidly changing your physiology through like screaming exercises. It sounds like crazy shit, but on a run 3 times this week, I'm gonna go out and scream like affirmations about how I'm the man and I'm the shit.
Jeez.
And I'm just gonna restart that engine of like enthusiasm and positivity.
Okay.
Where it's just fucking no one's gonna stop me. And like I might do it today. I might go on a fucking run and I'm just gonna scream yes. And I'm just gonna scream I'm the man. And every day I'm better and better, yes. Like all these corny things, but like when you scream it,
if it works for you, it works for you.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be sick.
You should film people's reactions.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Reactions to weird kooky Tony Robbins shit. I love that.
That's cool.
Last episode, Michael ended with like a really aggressive message to the audience. I think you should do that.
Okay.
Dude, like so look at the camera and like just break all boundaries that are okay, and like these are just suggestions.
Okay.
But just tell somebody what's up. Just imagine somebody in your life and just tell them exactly what that person needs to hear, and maybe it'll reach one person.
Okay.
Yeah. But for everybody else, this is just silly.
Like he just prefaced, I'll preface it as well. This is just my opinion and what's working for me. But if you want to do something and you're caught in a rut, quit making excuses and just fucking do it, because I am shit at photography and I'm not the best writer, but every day I'm reading and writing and I'm getting better and I'm slowly getting to my goal. And if you keep these self-limiting like beliefs about if you can or can't accomplish what you're trying to do, you're never going to get anywhere. And trying doesn't fucking hurt. So try your best. That's all I have. Is that good enough?
That was awesome.
Can I put like some Rocky music behind it or something?
Yeah, I'll put some music behind it. I love it.
Just avoid the copyright.
No, I love it. That was great. We're gonna end with that.
Believe in yourself.
I'm gonna